Once upon a time, in a busy train station, there was a man sitting on the ground, his hand stretched out toward passing strangers. Every single day, he waited for passengers to drop a few coins into his hand. That was his life. That was his routine. One morning, he noticed a businessman crossing the platform. Impeccable suit, confident stride, the kind of man who clearly had everything figured out. The beggar thought to himself, "This man is rich. He will surely have a generous coin to spare for me." He stepped forward, his hand open and waiting, but the businessman stopped. He looked the beggar calmly in the eyes and asked, "Do you always only take from others? Have you ever given anything to anyone?" The beggar was caught off guard. No one had ever asked him a question like that before. "Sir, I am just a beggar. I have nothing. What could I possibly give?" The businessman smiled slightly and said, "If you believe you have nothing to offer, then you have no reason to ask. I believe in exchange. Give me something, and I will give you something in return. But if you truly have nothing to give, then I cannot do anything for you." He boarded his train and disappeared, leaving the beggar standing alone. Those words stayed with him, carved deep into his mind. If you want to receive, you must first give. That night, he barely slept. But what can I give? I have absolutely nothing. 2 days passed. He didn't even dare to stretch out his hand anymore. On the third day, as he stared at the railway tracks, something caught his eye. Wildflowers. Small, colorful, full of life. And suddenly, an idea came to him. What if I offered a flower to every person who gave me a coin? He picked a handful of flowers, returned to his usual spot, and waited. When the first passenger handed him a coin, he smiled and offered a flower in return. The man stopped, surprised. Then he smiled back. Passengers came, one after another. All of them left with a flower and a smile. Something had changed. The atmosphere around him felt completely different. In the days that followed, he noticed something striking. When his flowers ran out, people gave far less. People love to receive. They give more generously when they get something in return. A few weeks later, the businessman appeared on the platform again. The beggar jumped to his feet and hurried toward him. "Sir, today I have something for you. Give me a coin, and I will give you these flowers in return." The businessman smiled, handed over a coin, and took the flowers. "You understood. You are no longer a beggar. You have become a merchant." Those words struck him like lightning. Everything became clear. I am no longer begging. I am selling. I am offering something. People are not giving out of pity anymore. They are exchanging with me. I have something valuable to offer the world. The next morning, he left the station for good. 6 months later, 2 well-dressed men crossed paths in that very same station. One looked at the other with curiosity. "Wait, I know you. You were here before." The other smiled. "Yes, I was the beggar you once refused to give money to, and the one who later sold you flowers." The businessman's eyes went wide. What changed everything? One single phrase. "Yours. We only receive when we give." That day, I realized I was never truly a beggar. I was a merchant who didn't know it yet. The 2 men shook hands warmly before heading off, each toward their own future. We always receive in proportion to what we give. If you see yourself as limited, you will stay limited. But if you recognize your inner value, even in a handful of wildflowers, you can change everything. Success does not begin with money. It begins with a single act of giving. Shift your mind. Change your life.